how would it be if a fortune teller goes on to tell you that what is going to be the next 5 years of your life, how is it going to be? If that guy can tell you about that, okay, what are going to be the exact phases which you will feel, what are the various feelings and emotions and the challenges which you will feel in those phases, and if somebody can say that to you, I think probably you'll be very excited about it, because if you believe in him or her and if you believe in what he or she is saying, then you have the power to actually plan your journey ahead. You have the power to really think about that, okay, in what phase, what is the mindset which I need to have to get the kind of outcome which I want from my life. Now, this video is the same thing but for your B school life, that I am going to play the role of a soothsayer, of a fortune teller, and I'm going to help you understand that for your next 2 years or your 2.5 years, what is going to be each phase of your life, what it is going to be like. And once you know this, I can tell you that you will be having the power to foresee that what challenges you'll have, and then you'll be able to plan your MBA life to get the kind of placement, to get the kind of life you want from it. Hi, I am Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur, and let's get on with the video. So I will jump straight into it, that I would want to help you understand your 2 years of MBA. I want to give you your B school life cycle, and my only promise in this is that by the end of it, you will get an idea of what is the mindset which you'll be having in each of these phases, and probably from that you'll be able to infer that what is the mindset which you should not have. So let me just dive into that. Now, as you can see on your screen, as any classical marketer, I have used a 2x2 matrix, and this 2x2 matrix is going to define the various phases of your B school life. This is a matrix between motivation and challenge. Now, what you need to understand is that motivation, which is what you're seeing on the y-axis, it is extremely internal to you. Whereas the challenges which I am talking about on the x-axis, they are external. So somewhere this matrix is going to tell you about that how when the different circumstances internal to you and external to you, when they change, then what exactly happens to you, so that you can be alert. And this is what happens to 99% of the students out there. So if you are an MBA student, and if probably you are watching this, which you should, you will be able to agree to all of this and say that yes, this is so true. And if you do agree, I want you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please comment below that what do you feel about it. So I will start off with the first phase of your life, that is when you are an MBA aspirant, when you are planning to write CAT, to write the various exams and get into a good B school. Now, in that first phase, you are basically in a phase of high challenge and high internal motivation. And the reason for that is that probably the reason why you want to do an MBA is because there is some challenge which you're facing in your life. You are probably not satisfied with your current level of education. You are not satisfied with the current quality of work which you have, and probably you're aspiring for something big. And because the internal motivation is also high, you work hard and you go ahead and you crack the exam. Now, obviously, this B school life cycle is valid only for those students who would actually get into a school. And if you were to get in a school, if you were to get in a good business school, then obviously your motivation has to be really high, because it's only then that amidst all of the problems, all of the work-life issues which you're already having, only then you'll be able to study and be able to crack the exam. Now, here starts the most interesting part, that when you get into a B school, when you are a first year MBA student, now, what I've seen and also what I've experienced with myself and also my friends is that you move to the second quadrant in this, which is the quadrant of high challenge but low internal motivation, which means that the challenge which was earlier there, that you had to crack CAT and there were 2 lakh competitors with you who were writing that MBA entrance exam, now that same challenge is being replaced with something else. And this something else is this, that once you are at a good B school, you have great students over there. And now each of those students are the cream. They constitute the cream, and now you are feeling overwhelmed about it because you are amongst the achievers of the country. And now that challenge which earlier used to feel in terms of cracking the exam, now you're feeling that, okay, in the upcoming summer placement interviews, how will I get ahead of these? Because probably they have a lot of work experience. Probably they also have a lot of good skills which I don't have. So once you're in that phase, then your challenge would remain high. However, your motivation will drop, and the reason for that is because after cracking the CAT and after getting into a good B school, you get a feeling that, okay, you've already made it, and that complacency starts to set in, and because of that, your motivation to do a lot of things will drop. Surely, because of the challenge which you're still facing from the external side, you would think that, okay, probably I need to upskill myself and probably I need to enroll myself into certain online programs. However, still you would see that a lot of you would enroll yourself into an upskilling program. However, you may not even complete it. That is because your motivation has dropped. Now from there, a very interesting but more importantly, a very crucial phase which you face, which is after your first year is over, after you've completed your internship and you're back at your B school in the second year. Now, this is the phase where you enter a very dangerous quadrant. This is a quadrant you should stay away from, but unfortunately, you get into this because of the circumstances. You get into this quadrant of low motivation and low challenges because the reason for this is that your internship is over. You already know whether that organization will offer you a final placement offer or not. You already are aware of that. And if you are a good student, if you are at a good organization, if you have been at a good school, then probably yes, you will have that offer with you as well. And now things start to seem very easy because the challenges have dropped. And even if they haven't, then by now you have learned how to game the program. You know that what you need to do and how do you need to get away with things. And therefore you enter a stage wherein you have no reason to do anything extra. You have absolutely no reason for you to do any upskilling, any additional personal branding which can help you grow, because now you are dependent on the brand which you have through your school and the placements which you will have. This could have been that phase where probably that golden 1 year where probably you could have worked hard and could have created a personal brand for yourself. Now, I'll give you my example for this. When I was towards the end of my first year, when my internship interviews were over, I started my blog Superheuristics, and my objective with that blog is that every week whatever I will learn in the class, I will upload it on that blog in the form of a good, well-structured article. And in the next 1 year itself, my blog got famous across the various B schools and a lot of other places as well. And that was the impact, because it was since then itself that I was able to start creating a personal brand for my own self. And as I've already spoken to you on a lot of occasions, that even when my final placements had not started, because of my blog, because of the kind of extra work, the extra skills which I was acquiring through my blog, I was able to get 3 job offers outside the B school, and I could clearly sign out of my placements and I could take one of those job offers as well. What I'm effectively implying is that if you do not feel the motivation from within, then you could complete your entire second year of MBA, and after your MBA is over, you would look back and realize that, hey, my second year was entirely free. I could have worked on myself. I could have probably improved the outcomes, because when you're in your work life, you realize the challenges and the deficiencies which you have. So what is my advice for this? After having explained you all of these things, that what is going to be each phase of your life, my advice to you is now that the best quadrant for you to be is the quadrant number 4, which is high motivation and low challenge quadrant. Which means what? Which means that even if the external challenges are low, your motivation to do great things for yourself is always high, which means that you will work hard to build your brand, you will work hard to build your skills, and you will always strive hard to develop other sources of income, other various assets for yourself which will speak on your behalf, so that once you walk out into the industry, you have the skills, you have the brand for you to do whatever you want to do and get the financial and social freedom which you want. Now, a very small example of this, that when I was in my MBA program, and because I started my blog early on in my first year itself, after I chose one of the job offers which I got from outside the B school, I was able to work there. I worked there as the product head. I worked there for about an year and I could leave that job. I could leave that job and work full-time on my startup Super Heuristics, because I was able to build an asset which is going to help me live my life of freedom. Therefore, what I'm trying to say to you is that in that phase of your life wherein probably you feel that the challenges are low, where the life is not demanding a lot of things from you, if you can increase your internal desire to work hard and to create new things, you will become a rock star and you will thank yourself that you were able to utilize your MBA very well, so that now you are living a life of freedom. If you like all of this, I would want you to go for my free course, which is 5 Steps Ahead Blueprint, because in that course, I help you understand the same thing, that how you as an MBA student or an aspirant or an MBA graduate can work towards building a life of freedom for yourself while giving the due importance which the MBA program needs, and still walk out of the MBA program with great outcomes and not just a job. I hope you like this. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot and goodbye.